Alright, we got a few Salon Shears to sharpen this morning. Sorry about the background noise. I got the dust collector and the heater running. It was about 42 degrees in here when I started this morning. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do these beveled edge shears first. These are beveled edge shears. These are not convex edge shears from the factory. And these have never been sharpened before. So we're going to do a dry tissue test first, and it does not cut through the tip. So it's not a clean cut. I'm not going to do a wet test because it's not going to cut, but I am going to test on real hair, and it cuts great down there. Then right at the tip, it starts pushing. Now this girl works in a all-women's salon, so she wants that tip to cut crisp and clean. So we got to sharpen those. So I can see right there the ride line is super thin right there. Very thin at the tip. Let's see what this blade looks like. I can see some damage on the ride line there. Alright. Where's my water? Did my stone maintenance this morning, so this is a fresh 1000 grit stone. I don't think it's going to take much to get these ride lines in order. Almost there. "60 people watching, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Get the algorithms working this morning. Kind of got a haze right here. Sorry about all the background noise. I've got the dust collector and the heater on this morning. It was pretty cold in the shop. Winter has set into southeast Texas. Just a little bit more. Looks good. All right, so we got that blade working. 74 people watching and 0 thumbs up. That's a bummer. Thank you for whoever hit the thumbs up. 1's better than 0. So I've got 4 pairs of Salon Shears to do this morning from a young lady who dropped them off. Thank you to the 4 people that hit the thumbs up button. It is appreciated. It does help our little business out. Just a little bit more at the tip, so I'm going to reposition my fingers over that part of the blade and just get a slight bit of downward pressure. All right, I think we're good. We can go on to the next step. Well, good morning to everybody who's watching out there. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. We're doing salon shears this morning. We sharpen clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. I charge $20 per pair when they bring them to me with no minimum. For me to go to a salon or a barber shop, I charge $35 a pair with a minimum of 3 to be sharpened. 107 people watching, 8 thumbs up. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Let's help the algorithm out. Your support of our YouTube channel does help our little business down here in Texas. If you're so inclined, please subscribe. We try to do some live streams every once in a while and post some other videos from time to time. I believe it's been successful in us getting mail-in sharpening. I think a lot of people find us through a Google search, and I think the YouTube channel has helped that dramatically. I think I need to reposition that abrasive. I'm getting a little vibration. Thanks, Dragon Eagle. Appreciate it. Man, that feels a little bit better. I felt a little vibration. Feels like there's something on there. Hang on 1 second. I think I got some smudge on it. Still feel something right there. Jeff, what's going on, buddy? It is cold, man. It was like 24 this morning when I walked with the dogs. It's probably in the 30s now, but it's clear, so it's going to warm up fast. But it was cold in the shop. It was 42 when I started. I had to heat it up. Hey, Jeff, I saw that you had posted on Facebook. Is that a gold wing you have? Man, I can't imagine 11 degrees. It's warming up. I already got it at 67 inside the shop. I'm going to turn that heater off pretty soon. That looks pretty good. Oh, you had a victory, huh? I had a buddy that had a victory. He liked it. We are sharpening Salon Shears for a nice young lady who works in a local salon. We're going to go back to the stones. We've got the outside of the blade. We've got the outside of the blade sharpened. We've worked on the inside, but we need to work on the inside one more time. You can see the edge there. Yeah, they are nice bikes. I can't have another motorcycle. The last one I had was a VMAX, Yamaha VMAX. I don't have the coordination to ride anymore. I thought I'd have one more motorcycle in my life, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, I love the VMAX. It was scary fast. I'm thinking about an e-bike. I think I could probably handle an e-bike. And I'm not talking the motorcycle either, I'm talking about the bicycle. Something a little slower, lower to the ground and less heavy. That looks good. Guys, I'm gonna turn that heater off. Get nauseous too. Oh man, I should have ran the heater, let the garage heat up, and then come out here. A little issue with that tip on this blade. It's hell getting old, Jeff. That looks good. All right, that looks good. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I turned that heater off and I opened the garage door and turned the fans on. I let it run too long. And man, I was getting nauseous. Woo! Now the temperature's dropped in here, but that's all right. At least I'm not going to be dead. All right, I evacuated all of the nauseous fumes in here. Truth is, I don't need a heater very often. I mean, I'm in Southeast Texas. Most of the time, it's more than enough warmth in the garage. But today it was cold. Last couple of days have been really cold, so the garage has been cold. So I just let it run too long with me in here. I think we got a nice ride lines now. Very clean edge. Oh, it looks good. So these were cutting pretty good about that far of the blade. It was this last little bit that wasn't cutting. So we should be good now. That would have been bad if I'd have passed out in here, because I'm the only one home other than the dogs, and they couldn't call 911. All right, let's put them back together. This one had 2 washers on it. So there's one. I just lost it. Doggone. Oh. There it is. Hard to see that black washer on that black carpet. You guys would have called 911 for me? I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. I have one in the house, but I don't have one in the shop. That's probably a good idea. Next time I go to Lowe's, I'm gonna pick one up. Like I said, I don't run the heater very often. We don't need it here. And usually what I do is I turn the heater on, I heat up the space, and then turn it off. But I did not this morning. All right, so here is the dry tissue test, and that just cuts. There's 0 resistance. Now you guys aren't going to get to see the wet test because I'm going to have to move the camera, and it's shaky enough as it is. I don't want to buff something out on this. Kind of looked like the tip wasn't closing all the way. Make sure I got the tension fairly correct. All right, wet tissue test over here. Maybe pulling just a hair at the tip, so I'm going to go back to the buffer on the tip. Wet stones just take a lot of practice. It's cutting great now. All right. Ooh, I almost cut myself. Let's try the hair test, because all that really counts is if they cut hair. And the tips is what she was worried about. Look at that. That's just crisp as can be. She does a lot of tip cutting. Look at that. Wonderful. Not pushing. It's cutting clean. So those are done. That's pair number 1. 4 or 3. We have 3 left. It was 4 pairs. Little lubricant on them. Final wipe down. I like to use a clean chamois. And they're not slamming closed. So that's the way it should look when you do it. It should not slam closed. All right, so that's 1 down. She had a pair of thinning shears that did not need sharpening. So watch that. Now this is easy to tell here. Let's just see it push that hair. Look at that. See, it just pushes it out of the way and give you an idea. And it'll probably cut the dry tissue well. So you can't use just dry tissue, because see that it cuts it well. There is resistance. So when I'm doing this, it's very resistant. See how it doesn't cut all the way. If you go real slow, that dry tissue will tell you if it's dull. but hair is the best. Real human hair is the best to test on. All right. You have to test on what your customers are cutting. Now, sadly, I don't have dog hair to test on, so I use fake fur for the dog groomers and rabbit fur. And I already got a problem right there. See that washer? Watch that washer. Washer's broke. Watch, can y'all see that? See it fall apart? So I got to replace that washer. Look at that. Look at that. All right, throw that on the floor to be blown out with the... All right, so y'all remind me to put a new washer in there when I get to that point. Y'all don't forget now, okay? So I definitely got some issues down here in the pivot area in the J. And I got a little issue right there and right there at the tip on that blade. See, now I'm cold in here. I let all the heat out. But it didn't pass out, so that's good, huh? So how many people are watching from work on company time? We're sharpening Salon Shears this morning. We've done one pair, we got 3 more pair to go. I don't like the way that looks. Is it dinner time where you're at? Or are you having stir fry for breakfast? Because it's early here in the morning. Well, it's not real early, but it's... Okay, you must have worked the night shift. So this is your dinner time, in other words. See, that's a little washed out at the tip, but these don't look like they've been sharpened before. So I'm going to move over a little bit. I'm not going to work that tip. I'll work the rest of the blade. Well, there you go. See, if you own the company, you can do that kind of stuff. Well, Shelly, why are you awake watching this? This is going to put you to sleep for sure. Man, I don't like that. I'm not going to work these ride lines too much because they're widening out. Alex, the basic premise here for salon and barber and pet grooming shears, yes, it's pretty much the same. There are some little changes here and there depending on the type of shear. You use the term scissor. When I hear the term scissor, that means something that cuts paper or fabric, whereas a shear will cut hair or fur. And that the sewing and industrial scissors and things like that cuts paper, and it is different. It's a different process. And you can check out my YouTube channel to see the difference. I've got multiple videos sharpening regular scissors. These are Salon Shears. I want to check that set again. It just looks weird on the stone. John, you'll see that when I start sharpening. I've written the grit on the top of the sanding disc that I use. The stones you just saw me do is I use a 1,000 grit stone to start. And we'll finish with a 6,000 grit. I think we're good. We had a little set issue there. One blade was bent different than the other, and that may be what don't have any videos of sharp knives on this stone. I'm not sure what you're asking. Henry, I don't have a favorite. I'm not really a knife guy, so asking that kind of question, if you ask me, hey, what pocket knife should I buy? I would tell you to buy a Benchmade with the S30V steel. I think that's a good knife, but I am not an expert on knives. All right, so if somebody was asking about the grit, so I start off with 600. Hey Barney, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, so it's really late at night for you, isn't it? Or early morning? Barney's in Australia too. I love that little Griptilian. I think that is just a cool little knife. These are. All right, I think I got a good burr. Now these are convex edge, so we're going to convex them. Looks good. I do sharpen knives. I don't know what Stolas. I sharpen knives. I sharpen a lot of knives. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. I do a lot of knives, but sharpening knives doesn't make me an expert on what steel is best. That's one of those opinions that I'm not going down that road on. So I got a nice even burr all the way across the blade. I think we got it looking pretty good. Kind of concerned about the hone line on that one blade. And I think it's because that blade was bent. I think we're good with that blade. Thought I saw a scratch. $451 people watching. Awesome. Hope you hit that thumbs up button, and if you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We do mail-in sharpening from all around the United States, and your support is greatly appreciated. So we got a little buildup on here, so we're going to use our abrasive cleaner. Just kind of take some of that schmutz off. We got our next blade to do. Lucas, I'm in League City, Texas, which is in Galveston County, halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. I like those Klein electrical scissors. I get a few of those once in a while in to sharpen. Got a little thin right there. All right, now I got an even burr. Well, if you need something sharpened, you can send it down to me. We do mail-in sharpening. See my website. You can contact me through my website. You guys get slammed with all that ice up there? We didn't get jacked down here. Everybody made it like the apocalypse was coming to southeast Texas and nothing happened. Little rain, cold, that's about it. But the media always blows it out of proportion. Get that burr off. Got a little bit of burr still stuck there. I think we're good to go. We got another front coming this weekend. Looks like. I don't know how far south it's going to go, but I bet you guys in North Texas get it. We're good. We're golden. I'm going to buff it a little bit with the thick pad. All I'm doing is taking some of the scratches I put on it, doing the convex edge. Yeah, we get it every once in a while. We got snow last year. It snowed pretty good. In fact, last year's snow was the most snow I've ever seen in my 61 years. At one time in southeast Texas, anyway. We had snow on the ground for 2 days. I'm gonna do this blade again. That looks good. Now we're going to go back to this. I should have left that on there. All right, my hands are freezing now. It's cold in here. All right, we're not going to work these too much. I don't think we can improve that ride line much. We're good. One, man, it goes up and down. 167 watch, and do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. And if you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. Same as us, we don't get snow very often. It's usually rain, sleet here in Galveston County. I'm literally 30 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico. I do not like that ride line, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to leave it. think we're good. All right, y'all were supposed to remind me of something. Anybody remember what it was? There you go, Jeff. Appreciate it, buddy. Y'all see that? Let's see if that one's going to work. I think that's going to work good, actually. Make sure it fits in there. Well, it may be a little. I think we're okay. Put this up before I drop it on the floor. Yeah, we get a lot of rain in the Houston area. That's the biggest fear in the Houston area is flooding. We're on a swamp. Now, we didn't flood during Harvey, but a lot of places around us did. All right, dry tissue test. Oh man, 0 resistance. Ah, beautiful. Just a perfect wet tissue test. But once again, none of that matters. None of that matters whatsoever. If y'all remember, these were pushing hair really bad. So here's my hair. Look at that. Tip. Dink. 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 Perfect. Perfect. She'll be happy with that. Let's do a little final cleaning and adjustment. I'm going to take a little bit off of the bumper. Just a hair to get it to close a little bit. It's not closing all the way to the tip perfectly. Now it is. No, I don't sell anything. I'm strictly a sharpener. If you want to buy sharpening supplies, I would tell you to go to sharpeningsupplies.com. And it depends on what kind of diamond plate you're looking for. What kind of machine are you talking about? I don't know what a manual is. I don't know what you're referring to. All right, those are good. So let's get another pair. Yep. Curry Custom Cutlery for belts. As far as a handheld sharpener, you've got to be more specific than that. I would have no idea where you'd get a diamond block at. There you go, Adam, a diamond plate. Yeah, could you? That's a good point right there. He hit the nail on the head. You can get those on Temu. Machine. I mean, this is my opinion. This is the best machine out there. It's made by Wolf Industries. But like anything else, everybody's got their opinion and what they like. So you can go to Wolf Industries. Wolf is spelled W-O-L-F-F. They're in Spartanburg, South Carolina. There's a guy named Ray Pope in Indiana, PrecisionSharpener.com. He makes a good machine. There's a guy in Southern Illinois named Dennis Brooks, Hamagura USA. I think it's his website. It's Hamagura. Just do a web search for Dennis Brooks Sharpener and it'll come up. And there's a company called Bonica Shears in Atlanta, Georgia. They make a machine. There's a guy in Portland, Oregon, Alex Lee, Shear Perfection, shearperfection.com, shearsomething.com. Alex Lee, Portland, Oregon. He makes a good machine. All right, these have been sharpened before. And the ride lines are a lot cleaner on this one. Shear Logic, that's it, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Dementia hasn't gotten to Jeff yet. It has to me. Well, I would tell you any kind of sharpening stuff. Look at sharpeningsupplies.com, and if they don't have what you want, call them. They can probably find it for you. They're very helpful. All right, I don't like the way that looks. There's in Europe. What's the company in Europe that sells all the parts? The machines. There's a guy in France, Jean-Paul, can't remember his name. There's a company out of France. Now I don't know where the machines are made. But yeah, there's some European manufacturers too. Jeff, I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night. I'm not flattening the inside. I'm working what's called the hone line or the ride line. You see that shiny line right there? It needs to be nice and even and clean all the way to the edge. And it's not right there. So I want a clean hone line all the way down. Youssef from Casablanca. What time is it in Casablanca? My buddy from Casablanca, Youssef. Glad you came in, my friend. So now I've established that line all the way through. I want to make sure it's clean all the way from that tip, all the way down, and all the way around to there. It's where the two parts of the shear meet. That's the cutting surface with the outside. The geometry of a hollow ground Japanese style salon shear. Still got a little dot right there. I want that fixed. So I'll reposition my fingers over that spot and move it around on the stone a little bit. Oh, nice. Now, Bushcraft, did you and I exchange emails? Oh my God, that's cold. My hands are freezing. So I'm still thin. Okay, I thought I recognized your YouTube handle there. Okay, yeah, we Friday, I think, we sent a couple emails back and forth. I sent my telephone number. You can always text me too. That's funny. So I'm still thin right there. I want that hone line a little thicker right in there. Well, I always like to help out new sharpeners because I was very frustrated when I first got started trying to get people to help me and answer questions, steer me in the right direction. So I promised when anybody asked me anything, I would try to help them out the best I can. I don't have the answers for everything. I am not a master sharpener by any means. You can make a lot of money, Lucas, doing exactly what you're doing. You can anybody can contact me through my website. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to steer you to somebody who probably does. All right, I've got the ride line established. See that? Y'all can see that line all the way up and down, all the way through there. So we're good. Somebody asked what stone this was. I'm sorry, this is a 1,000 grit stone. I'll usually start off with 1,000 or 1,500, and then I'll finish ultimately on a 6,000 stone. Well, everybody thinks they've got secrets, you know. There's no secrets. This isn't brain surgery here, people. What screws? I have no idea, brother. All my stones I bought on either Amazon or sharpeningsupplies.com. They're Shapton, Shapton. They're very economical stones. They're ceramic. They're not natural stones. Man. Wow. Shapton, correct. That's the name of the stone. You can buy them on Amazon. Yes, pinking shears can be sharpened. I do them all the time. Go to my YouTube channel and search pinking shears, and I've got multiple channels on how I sharpen pinking shears. Oh, Shapton. Yeah, I've got one. That's what this is. This is the glass stone. See? Right there? That is a glass stone. They call it glass. It's ceramic. All right, I think we're good. Sorry guys, I can't keep up with y'all. I think that's the best we're going to get this shear. So we got one more pair after this. This live stream went a little long. It's over 65 minutes already. Appreciate y'all watching out there. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. I appreciate you keeping me company. I always joke that this YouTube channel is for my entertainment, not you guys. I'm getting that blade a little too hot. Correct. I'm creating a convex edge, like an airplane wing on the back side of this shear. I'm looking at this edge and I'm trying to get it clean all the way to that edge. I think I've got it. I got a little thing at the tip. That's the beauty of this particular machine. It's specifically designed for this. See, it's got a stop on it, so I can only go so far forward so I don't lose the edge. I can only go this way with it, with the clamp. It's more precision sharpening for these type of shears. Well, it's a big investment in machinery and training. It's not something you want to just try on your own. Your reputation is everything when it comes to sharpening some lady's $1,500 salon shears. If you make one mistake, you're in trouble, because she's going to tell all of her friends never to bring you her shears ever again, and you won't have any business. Keep that in mind. And since you're in Kentucky, there's a couple of good trainers within driving distance of Kentucky. Now that's coming from somebody who's in Texas, that everything in Texas is a long drive. It's both metallurgy and design and quality. Now these are not $1,500 shears. These are probably $250, but they're worn out. Yep, Bonnie. Bonnie's a nice lady. She's a good instructor. It's over in Georgia. I'm gonna polish this other one while I'm at it. Look good? That looks pretty good. Well, keep in mind, and there's some huge markup when it comes to salon shears. Just because they cost $1,500, that doesn't mean they're worth $1,500 in my opinion. I mean, think about these auto mechanics that spend all this money with snap-on tools. Are snap-on tools really worth what they're worth? There's big arguments on the internet about that. I don't know. Usually the guy that spends the money on it's the one that says it's worth it. All right, so I had a little thin ride line still right there, so I'm going to work it a little bit more, but it's about, I got it. See, you can see I got a line all the way up the edge. Do they sell Snap-on in Europe? I don't know that or not. All right, we're good. That's beautiful. That looks fantastic. I'm not sure what you're asking about the half moon. Paul, do both, please. Subscribe to the channel. It does help us out. And when you can't sleep at night, just watch one of my videos. I'll put you to sleep. So you can see I'm good, and I'm real thin. I'm still thin right there. So I'm going to reposition my fingers, put a little extra pressure on that area. There should be a subscribe button, depending on if you're watching on a phone or a PC. I'm not sure where it's at, to be honest with you. Somebody tell him where to look. I don't know. Right there. See, I'm still thin. All right, now we got a ride line. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Right there, see, it's just, I've got the line, but it's just a little thin there compared to up here. I want a little bit more to that line. I think we're good. These have been sharpened to death. right, so we go to the 6,000 stone. Just a little bit of work on the 6,000 stone. We're good. All right, one more pair after this. All right, that looks good. All right, let's get going here. I'm getting tired. What time is it? Oh, it's only 10:30. I'm ready for some lunch, and it's not even time. I should have let the dog out here. I got her locked in the house. I might have to take some off the bubble. We removed a lot of material. What grit? Which one? You talking about the stone? That last stone I used was a 6,000 grit, if that's what you were asking. I need to polish that a little bit. I've left some scratches on this. I don't like it. Have a good one. Thanks for watching from Germany. Appreciate your support of my channel. It is very appreciated. That's good enough. Oh, let me move this back. Sorry about that. Make y'all sick. All right, we got one more pair. We got a pair of thinning shears to do next. Man, I've still left some scratches on that. I don't like the way that looks. That one's okay, but this one's not good at all. Tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up a little something more aggressive. I've got different polishing pads. This one's a little bit more aggressive than the other one. Not that she would notice that at all, but I noticed it, so. There we go, that's much better. Thanks, Dragon Eagle, for watching. It is appreciated. Hope you have a great day. So here's the dry tissue test. No resistance whatsoever. Cuts perfect on the wet. Let's try the hair. This hair is all that counts. Look at that, perfect, crisp. She'll be happy with those. All right, one more pair. I guess I'll leave the camera running. Let's do a little adjustment on this one. I think that's good. There we go, we're good. All right, we got a pair of thinning shears to do. These will go a little bit quicker. And how I like to test them is with what's called an end wrap. Actually, that's not bad. Maybe catching a little bit. Let's try the hair. Yeah, it's catching hair. And so if she was using these on a lady, that would pull the hair and be very uncomfortable for her. So we're gonna sharpen them up. She had one pair that didn't need sharpening. And I texted her and told her, I said, one pair of the she sent me 2 thinners, and one of them did not need it. These will go fairly quickly. Since we only sharpen one blade here, we only sharpen this blade. Got a pretty nice ride line on it. Got a little bit more work right there to reposition our fingers. That looks good. We can move on. Now let's go ahead and work this one while we're at it. Now we're not sharpening this one, we're just kind of cleaning up that edge. It was catching right in here. And do a little bit more work on those teeth. All right. These are convex edge thinning shears. So we will have to fix them up. See if we can get one more pair of shears out of these abrasives. Hey Tony, what's going on, buddy? What's happening in England today? Doesn't it always rain in England? I mean, at least in American television, it's always raining when we see anything from England. Never sunshine. I think I told you my family, my last name is White, W-H-I-T-E, and we're originally from England. My family left in 1610. Yeah, we're sharpening thinning shears. So random. These are Salon thinning shears. Nice young lady. This is the last pair. All right, we're good. Like I said, these were not going to take long, since you're only sharpening one blade. Still got something on them. Yeah, I'll polish it a little bit more too. That looks good. That looks better. All right, we're going to go back to the 1,000 stone. Do a few passes, then we're going to go to the 6,000, finish up, and we'll be done for the day, or for now anyway. Somebody's been texting me, so I assume somebody wants something sharpened. This is all I had in the shop today. I had 5 pairs of Salon shears from a young lady that dropped off this morning. Only 4 of them really needed to be sharpened. Well, Zandy, I'm here in Texas. You can mail them to me. Go to my website, sharpenright.com. You can contact me through the site. You can mail me your scissors and I'll sharpen them for you. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. That looks good. All right, so we're going to go to the 6,000 stone. I think I told you I got the 600. I think I'm going to the conference in Vegas. His conference in Vegas in May. I should have waited. I should have waited and played with the CBN disc before I bought it. I'm going to use it. I will use it. Zandy, I'm in League City, up in Galveston County, halfway between Houston and Galveston, so I'm not that far from you. If you ever come over to Galveston, bring your scissors and I'll sharpen them for you. You can mail them to me. I have a couple dog groomers in Corpus Christi that mail me their stuff. That looks real good. All right, let's do this one and get this done. That feels good. I will say this about the 600. It's very aggressive. And I did contact him about it. He said that it will loosen up over time or be less aggressive the more I use it. I love Goliad. I'm a big Texas history fan, so we like going to the fort there in Goliad. I hadn't been in a while, but I have some in-laws in Shiner and in-laws in San Antonio, so we go through there pretty often. It's been a few years since I've been to the Goliad fort. My wife has an aunt that lives in Victoria. All right, so we're gonna test it on this first. Oh yeah, cuts great. All right, let's do the hair. And then we're done. I love burning. I got some in-laws there too. All right, so let's see, they were catching. Look at that, that's just, they're not pulling at all. So they were kind of catching hair, now they're not. There we go. All right, we're done. Only 95 minutes for 4 pairs. Appreciate y'all keeping up with me. Turn the dust collector off, we're done with that. Will Zandy contact me through my website. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram or TikTok. Send me your scissors, or if you're up in this area, let me know. Jeff, I hope you have a great day. And we're done, and I'm tired. So y'all have a good one. Take care.